So today we're testing out the Freewell filter pack, and we're going to show you the differences between no filter and a filter. We're going to compare all of them in the video today over the lake and show you if it makes a big difference for your drone footage.
So first we wanted you guys to see what the DJI Mini 3 Pro looks like with no filter on it. This is a stock setting, and you can see that there are a lot of whites in the sky and not quite as much depth in the water. Also, the beach is a little bit blown out where the sand is and no definition there, and up in the sky you can really see a lot of lens flare without the filter on there. My most used filter was the Indy 16 PL. I love the definition in the water that it gives me. You can really see deep down into the water, the blues, the greens, and all the hues really come out, as well as the black point in the video as well. So it gives you a little more definition, brings out the blues in the sky, as well as a little more definition in those white sandy beaches. But I love the definition, and I see a big difference in trying out just our first filter. And this is our Indy 8 PL filter, and you can still see quite a bit of definition in the water, a little bit less in the sky with this one. It's not quite as dark as the Indy 16 that you saw before, but the Indy 8 is a good kind of midday type of filter. The light changes during the day, so it's important to experiment with these filters and see what the best result is. Now with the Indy 4, you can see a little bit less blue in the sky. There's a little bit of haze in the distance, but you can still see nice definition in the water, and the blues, the greens, and the nice color hues and the black points are still coming out in full force. And the boats are a little oversaturated right here, so I really recommend experimenting with your filters as the light changes all day long. Now, one of my favorite all-time used filters is the CPL filter, is otherwise known as the circular polarized filter. It allows you to see deep into the water, and a lot of fishermen use these types of lenses for being able to see definition underwater and reduce glare. I highly recommend taking a CPL filter with you on vacation if you plan on shooting over water and you really want to get rid of that glare on the top of the water. Look at the sparkles. Go back and check out the video where we were just using an Indy filter. But one disadvantage of a CPL filter is that it doesn't really handle your super bright whites as well as an Indy filter will. So it will get rid of glare on top of the water, but it will also not reduce super bright brights. So Indy filter to CPL filter depends on the time of day and the conditions again. And for today, I think honestly, we really needed a dark filter, something like an Indy 64 PL. This really made a huge difference, brought out a lot of the blues, the richness in the water and the color and the contrast and the black points that I was looking for. And really, you have to experiment day to day with your filters because you never know what kind of light, brightness or darkness you're going to get. Cloudy or not cloudy, it makes a big difference from filter to filter. So it's important to try every single filter in your pack. And today, I think the Indy 64 PL filter looks the best. And the last lens we tested in Tahoe today was the Indy 32 PL filter. Again, you can see nice Listerine colored water definition. You can see down into the water. It brings the blues out and gives us a nice black point again and just makes the video look really nice and rich, deep and saturated, which I love. That's the kind of stuff I want to bring home from a trip. So I think the Indy 32 filter for the super bright days was a nice medium. And again, it was a lot of fun to experiment with these filters. They're super easy to take on and off. I recommend turning the drone off and then restarting it once you have the Indy filter in place, but just a twist and a turn will actually take the filter off and then replace it with a new one. It's pretty easy and pretty foolproof, and I think that the footage that we're seeing here is really a lot better than with having no filter on board. So start out with the 16, that's my go-to. Then I go to an Indy 64 or 32. I rarely use the Indy 4 or the CPL, but if you want to change from horizontal to vertical setup, you can dial left or right, and that will change it from vertical to horizontal for the lens setting. That is the setting that you set up for taking vertical video or horizontal. But hopefully today's video and review helps you, and that's what we're all about here on the Drone Camps channel. We are a family channel and something that everybody can watch, have fun, and experiment with new things that are coming out on the channel. So new stuff all the time, guys. I want you to please subscribe and hang out with us again. We will show you more DJI Mini 3 Pro and DJI gear coming up.